What's up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and welcome to another week of Tester Tuesday, a spot where I get Scentsy reviews out to you based on my home and my experience and the hopes that it might help you decide if a scent's going to work for you or not. This week, we had a very strong trio of wax. Let's get started. All right, let's talk about our first place scent for the week. It is Black Raspberry Woods. This one had 30% of the vote. It's this dark purple colored wax. It's about medium to medium plus on cold sniff intensity, and it's part of the Black Raspberry Vanilla Scentspiration line. I would put this in the woods category. Let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, deep forest woods, shade wild dark berries. All right, so the forest woods is not like evergreen woods. It's like you're at the wood shop woods and you're getting that aromatic wood aspect. So what I think might be in the woods is sandalwood, maybe some cedarwood. This scent is a fruity, dark, warm, sultry kind of cologne-based scent. It's a little bit sweet from the black raspberry, which I would say is about 50% of the scent, and the woods is probably 50%. So I have a note here. It's sultry, deep, musky. It's on the heavier side, and it's a warm, sweet, fruity cologne. So I get a lot of the dark berries, and that almost reads like a plum, and then you almost get a muskiness, and you get a woods. And I have amber, sandalwood, and cedarwood, maybe even the tiniest bit of patchouli. That's just my guess. Now on day one, ironically, it seemed a little more feminine. So I think what was happening is the floral part of the black raspberry vanilla was kind of being the most assertive part, and then after day one, the other component kind of came around, which was leaning a little bit more of a typical masculine scent, but more of a fall, heavier scent. Now on cold sniff, I didn't really like this at all. Now a lot of people got stinky feet smell from this scent. I did not get that, so good for me. But the ironic thing is when I warmed it, I did like it better. I did not like it, but I liked it better than cold sniff. Now, this one lasted a long time. So let's talk about performance. I put 3 cubes in the boys' room and 3 cubes in Erica's room. Now what I said to Erica was I let her smell it and I said, do you like this scent? And she said, it's okay. So I put it in her room. But I'd already had it warming in the boys' room, so I know this one is very, very, very long lasting. So strength to throw max was about 7 out of 10, but man, it just keeps going and going and going. I think I removed this partway through day 5. Now there was continuous warming there, except for I took 12 hours in that warming and turned it off, so it wasn't fully continuous, but this thing is just like the Energizer Bunny. Anyway, so yeah, the boys' room, it did really well. And even on day 5, it still had scent. I would say it was between 3 and 4 out of 10. And I said, I'm done with this scent. I need a change. So in Erica's room, I think we're on, I started on Friday, and as I filmed this, we're late into Sunday. So it's still going. Her room, it's not as strong because she had her windows open quite a bit. So, but it was about 7 to 7.5 max. But I find it's maybe less long lasting. So if you're someone that likes heavier scents, to me, this is almost like a junior version of something like a Ghostly Greetings, even like Blackberry Spice. If you like scents like Sanderson Sisters, and you can take that in a little bit of a masculine direction, even the Harry Potter Wizarding World. Those kind of family of scents, I think you're going to really want to pick this one up. I think this is more fall and winter leaning, so it's just a little bit heavier. And I would say medium spaces would be best. To me, it's like a bedroom kind of scent, but you could also warm it in like a rec room or a den or something like that. But a bigger space, it might be harder to pick up because it wasn't overly strong. It was just very long lasting. This would be one of those scents that if you're someone that doesn't like to change your wax out very often, this would be a great choice because this one is kind of like a set it and forget it kind of scent. If you're going on vacation and someone else is staying in your home and they like these kind of scents, you can just put it in and it'll last you quite a long time. So if you did not want to pick this one up, but you thought, well, what could I get to maybe approximate it? I would say maybe if you took Black Raspberry Vanilla and something like, what's that one called? Pinkberry Sandalwood or something like that, and maybe even a little tiny bit of Wizarding World and put them all together, and maybe you would get something along this line. Not the same, but approximation. Now, will I be repurchasing this one? No, I don't like it enough to repurchase, but I do love that it is an excellent long-lasting scent. If you like the scent, it's very long lasting at about a medium to a medium light. So that is Black Raspberry Woods. All right, let's talk about our second place scent for the week. It is Black Raspberry Linen, also from the Scentspiration lineup. This one had 29% of the vote. It's this really light lilac white colored wax. It's about a medium intensity on cold sniff, and it's a limited time offer. And I would say out of the Scentspiration line, it is the fresh offering, and it's fresh laundry. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, fresh dark berries bring vibrance to warm linen. So I would say this particular Scentspiration has much less black raspberry vanilla than it does the linen part. So I would say there's probably like 15-20% black raspberry. The majority of it is that linen, and I think it's more of a cool linen personally. But I think what I can kind of describe this to you is if you've ever had to spray starch on something like a white shirt to get it really crisp, I feel like you kind of get that in here. It is a little bit like zingy sometimes, or I don't want to say shrill, but it's a little bit intense. Now, I'm going to tell you that it's not like the Black Raspberry Vanilla laundry line at all. That is the pure Black Raspberry Vanilla scent. This is a spin-off, and I do really, really like it, but I had issues with this. It was the weirdest scent for me. I call it the Jekyll and Hyde scent because sometimes I would walk in the room and it would be so strong that I thought I was going to like pass out. And other times I'm like, I couldn't find it. It was the weirdest thing. Eventually I seemed to kind of settle into it, but one thing I will say is I really liked this scent with the windows open because eventually, yes, I could really, really smell it. It was so, so strong, but it was so much nicer and better with the windows open. So I'm going to say that, but I warmed 4 cubes here in my bedroom bathroom complex, we'll call it. 2 cubes in each of 2 warmers. Maximum strength in the throw was, I would say, maybe 9 out of 10 here in this part of the unit with the window open, which is right behind my filming camera. But in the bathroom, it was like 10 out of 10. It was so strong, you could almost taste it in your taste buds. I did warm it in the kids' bathroom, and I would say it was about 9 out of 10 there. Sometimes I couldn't smell it as well as other times, and I think what it was is that warmer is not as great as the warmers I have in here. It's still a good warmer, but just not as consistent. So yeah, in this one I left going 3 days in the kids' bathroom, and I took it out on day 2 here and put everything in my bathroom. So I left going 3 days in the bathroom and 2 days in this unit. So fairly long lasting. So I was very pleased, very strong, very long lasting. So now I will say, if you're someone that likes fruity scents with like crisp linen or laundry, then this will be a great scent choice for you. It reminds me a lot if you took a tiny bit of Black Raspberry Vanilla and maybe put it with like Windowsill Breeze or Pima Cotton. Sometimes people are saying Magnolia Linen, and it's not that I disagree, it's just that my brain didn't go to that. Now, Magnolia Linen is very floral. I feel like there's a tiny floral tendency in here, but I just feel like, even though Magnolia Linen has linen, I just feel like in my brain it works better with like Pima Cotton or something like that. I think if you're going to warm this, put in a big area and blast the windows open and just let it rip through your house. Because that's going to give you the nice breezy airy feel that this one might need. If you have the windows closed, you might find it too intense. So I would say large space with the windows open or medium space with the windows open. If you're going to put this in a small space, use about half the amount of wax. Now I think what they might have been doing with this was going towards like that pink cotton route where you have like a sweet fruity berry kind of thing with a laundry base. Now the reason I think pink cotton was very appealing to a lot of people because there was a lot of the sweetness from the pink fruity berry and not too much laundry. This one is a little bit different in the balance. There's a lot of laundry linen and less of the berry. So just keep that in mind. But if you like those kind of scents, you're going to want to pick this one up. Will I be repurchasing this one? I think if I saw it on clearance, I would definitely pick one up, but just one. I liked it. It just wasn't an absolute love, but I really loved the performance. A good, strong performing scent. So that is Black Raspberry Linen. All right, let's talk about our third scent for the week. It is Open Air Exploring. This is part of the Father's Day collection and at 13% of the vote. It's this pretty blue colored wax, and I would say it's between medium and medium plus on cold sniff intensity. It's a limited time offer, and from that collection, I would put this in the fresh category, and the sub from that would be a fresh aquatic style scent. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, jasmine blossoms float above aquatic greens with a splash of refreshing salt water. So on cold sniff, I remember smelling this, and it took me a while to kind of get past like something that was dull at the beginning. I gotta tell you, this totally changed now that it's had time to kind of sit, or maybe my second sniffs, because this is strong right out of the gate. I don't know, I must have been drinking that day because there's no problem smelling this. So what I want to say is this scent kind of intrigues me, and I think what it was is when I first joined Scentsy, there was a scent that I picked up in a brick, and it was bergamot and solar driftwood, and I first smelled that and I didn't really like it at all, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have this giant brick. And as I warmed through that brick, I kind of grew to love it. And I remember the last piece of that brick that I warmed, my husband actually said he really loved that scent as well. Now there's something in here that reminds me a little bit of that. They're very different because that one had a lot of driftwood. I don't get driftwood here so much, but there's something about that that reminds me of this a touch. And also even the scent, the light side of the force. And both, especially the light side of the force, if you've ever melted that, you know that that is a super strong scent. So this is definitely different. I would say like, this is more, take out some of the driftwood and sharpness and put in like a pretty jasmine, and maybe you would get somewhere close. But it reminds me of like you're walking along, like almost like a, you know, somewhere where you're along like a rocky ocean, seashore kind of thing, and there's a lot of hills and almost like low mountains, and you're hiking and trekking, and the person that you're with smells really, really good. He just landed there like from The Bachelor or something. He smells really good. Maybe like a body wash kind of cologne influence, or maybe aftershave. I didn't grow up with a father figure, so I can't really say like this reminds me of this and this, but I just know it's a nice scent. Now my husband, I put it in our bedroom. So I put it in our bedroom, 2 cubes here behind me and 2 cubes in the bathroom. I just put it in yesterday, and he came, I put it in at 7 in the morning. Maximum strength and throw, I would say it was almost 10 out of 10. It was probably like 9.5 out of 10. And I was like, whoa, this is pretty intense. And I was leaving the door closed just because I didn't want it like, you know, permeating out in the main area. My husband came into this area almost at the 12-hour mark, and he goes, I don't know if I like that scent that you have. It's okay. I don't like it or dislike it. He goes, but man, it is strong. And I go, it's been going for almost 12 hours. And he's like, oh my gosh. So yeah, very, very strong. Now here we are, day 2. It was probably like 6 out of 10 to start, and midway through day 2, it was really starting to fade. So what I did was I took the wax from the bedroom, added it just in with the bathroom wax so I could melt what I wanted, because it's Mother's Day today and I wanted to melt something that I wanted in here. Not that I didn't like this, I liked it, I just wanted something different. So the other spot I'm warming this, 2 cubes in the kids' bathroom. So I will say that if you're gonna warm it in a bathroom, like a small area, maybe use just 1 cube, like half the amount of wax you would normally use, because again, this was probably like 9 out of 10. It was really, really strong. My daughter's boyfriend was by yesterday, and I was like, oh gosh, I hope it's not too strong for him. He's very chill, so he didn't say anything, but I was a little bit embarrassed. So I think if you're someone that likes really, really strong, fresh aquatic, that have not so much salty sea air, but some balance with some greens and some florals, and you're gonna wanna pick this one up. And I would say large spaces would be best. If you melt it in small spaces, use half the amount of wax. This will be a year-round bathroom scent for many, but if you're going to warm it in a bigger area, I would say definitely lean spring and summer. So will I be repurchasing Open Air Exploring? Again, I think if it was on clearance or markdown, I would definitely pick one up. It was a great performer, very long-lasting, at a strong level for quite a while. Then it kind of dipped down, but that was fine with me. It was almost a relief when it dipped. But yeah, it was pretty good. I was pretty pleased with the scents this week. All right, let's move to the portion of the video where I'm going to present to you some scents and you guys are going to vote. So if you're new to my channel, you're going to pick 2 different scents by early Wednesday morning, put them down in the YouTube comment section. And if you can't do that, you can head on over to Instagram, find my post there. It's under my name, Patricia Gates, and you can add your 2 votes that way. Make sure you just don't vote in both places. And if you're new to my channel and you want to make sure you're notified in time, you can hit the subscribe and the bell, and that way you'll be alerted when I post a video and you'll make sure your votes get in. All right, so what we're going to do this week is I have a haul supposed to arrive Tuesday. So that includes the Star Wars newness, the Puerto Rico newness, and the summer collection. And obviously those are more bars than we have spots for. So I'll probably concentrate on just a few and then we'll make sure to work the other ones in. So let's wrap up the Father's Day selection. For scent number 1, we're going to pick Day on the Field. All right, now the rest of them I do not have the bars for, so I hope that they come. But what I will do is I will put them up here in a little split screen, and that way you'll be able to see them. So scent number 2 is going to be from the Puerto Rico focused new release bar. It is Sea Breeze. Scent number 3 is from the summer collection. It is Pink Pineapple and Sugar. Scent number 4 from the summer collection is Tropical Coconut Nectar. Also from the summer collection, scent number 5, Water Lily and Bergamot. And wrapping things up, scent number 6, also from the summer collection, Sunset Sky and Strawberry. So look forward to my first sniffs video. Probably will be posted sometime Wednesday, late Wednesday. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. If you liked the video, hit the like. Don't forget to vote, and I'll see you guys in the next video.